How did it feel to get out there running around?
Still upset about that, but it is what it is. Next play mentality. It felt real good. Just to go against another team and hit somebody else. So,
just how was processing things for you? Obviously, everybody says NFL is a whole different speed, but you look comfortable out there. How was processing everything?
I would just say, it's more so the ball game is way more faster than what it is in college. So, just having more patience and diagnosing plays and stuff like that, and just trusting my instincts and God-gifted ability, to go make plays.
Were there any nerves going into this one?
Say it again?
Any nerves going into this one?
No, not really. Once I knew there was a game today, I just, felt like in my mind, just go play football.
How does it feel to play in this stadium, wear that uniform? How much did you take in the atmosphere of playing at home?
Yeah, it felt really great. Just going out there and really running out the tunnel. It felt amazing. Just to see, what it's going to be like, for the year to come. So
you might not have a full sense yet, but how do you think you did?
We're going to go back and watch the tape and, self-assess. I couldn't hear you.
I think you had that interception.
Just got to take better, advantage of my opportunity. So.
How did the guys respond after you came back to the sideline after that play?
How did the guys respond to my?
Yeah.
I think you should know that one.
This availability's getting a lot of attention over here.
What'd you say?
It's getting a lot of attention from some of your teammates over here. Are they trying to give you some tips? What do you think they're trying to be honest? What's going on over here?
Man, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just clean up what it was, make it better.
What about those guys?
What about those guys?
Yeah, they're watching. Are they trying to keep an eye on what you're saying? Do you think they're trying to kind of keep you honest? Will they give you pointers later? What's
I think especially our room, the leaders that we have, Zach Bond, Kobe Dean, even Trot that been here since last year, is always just there for advocacy for all the rookies that's in the room. Just any type of pointers that we can have before we go out on the field, so we can dominate.
Did you have any goals coming into this game?
My goal was to just win and just to play team football. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the biggest goal, and just do my job and execute.
What do you think about where you were at when you coming into the draft? You drifted because of the received injuries, and now you start. You played the first game.
Yeah, I think that was in the past. Right now, I'm a Philadelphia Eagle. That's all I'm worried about. It's just, how can I get myself better each and every day, win football games, and just play as a whole.
There are a lot of friends and family here today, or was that more of a when the game's out, you'll have more pickle requests and things?
No, it was definitely, important family members that was here today. I appreciate, my family who came out and, just supported me and the whole team and, just watched us win the ball game.
Did you take a moment before this game to kind of appreciate the moment?
Definitely. When I went out there for a pregame stretch and, just walking around the field, just doing some drills and really visualizing, just the fans and, just me making plays out there on the field. So it was great.
Is that something you do often, like visualize yourself?
Definitely. Yeah, I always, I got a routine. So, I really taking a moment and, just always appreciate God and, what he has in store for me.
The Eagles, I just feel like they was talking to my agent and, had great communication, and they was just the best option for me and my wife, and that's what we decided to go with.
So you were like the second leading receiver, I think, in the nation. Were you surprised that you didn't get an invite to the combine?
Not at all. Not at all. Wasn't surprised. No bad blood or anything like that. God has a purpose for everybody, and you just got to stay focused on what you need to focus on and try not to worry about other distractions.
So you don't know why, I guess. Nobody gave you a reason?
No, sir.
What's the best advice you've gotten from A.J. Brown since
He's very he's on a fade ball, just different techniques to stack and stay on top of the corner and, create separation late as the ball, catch it over your shoulder, so just stuff like that.
Darius, you played at Baylor, in Baylor last year. You played some bigger stadiums. What was it like to be out there?
Oh, man, it was the best feeling in the world. I just took it all in, just thankful for the opportunity to play this game, especially with this great organization.
You're kind of built a little more like almost like a running back. Did you ever play? Was it always receiver? Did you always play that position, or did you ever play running?
In high school I played quarterback.
You were the quarterback. Okay.
I was a quarterback in high school.
Could you sling it?
sling it. I was more of a dual threat type guy. I can throw the deep ball. I really didn't have that much accuracy, but I can throw the deep ball pretty well. And once I got to Tarleton State, we made the transition. Receiver has always been my favorite position, though, so it ended up working out.
And then, how would you describe your, how you receive? I mean, what are your attributes do you think that stand out?
I feel like I have really good hands. I am hands catch. I don't really like catching the ball with my body. So just having confidence in your hands, and the rest will take care of itself.
What about the speed thing? Like, I mean, obviously, guys got to run a certain 40 sometimes for teams to look at them. I don't know what was yours, like a 4?
I ran a 4.48.
4.48 at your pro day.
4.49 actually.
Okay, still pretty fast, but like, I mean, like some of these guys, it's not super duper fast. But what about you when you're in pads and you're on the field and it's game speed? Like, do you think you can run like not better than 4.49, but to translate better to in game than I guess a 40-yard dash?
Oh yeah, for sure. You just work it in practice. You go full speed in practice, it transitions to the game. So it's not just in the game I'm full speed. It's something that we work on consistently.
So you've been making plays in camp. Tonight you had some plays. How do you like your chances here to stick around for a while?
Just got to keep stacking days. Keep building relationships with teammates and coaches and the staff and everybody like that. So that's all you got to work. That's all I got to worry about.
Good opportunity there. You see a good opportunity here?
About a great, if it's God willing, yes sir.
Have you been building some confidence during the summer so far?
Oh yes sir, most definitely. Confidence just in myself. Confidence in my coach. He's teaching me so much, great things, and I'm just applying it.
Is there anything that like AJ or Devontae or the quarterback, anybody or the coaches have said to you that's giving you an indication that you are actually making progress and could?
Yeah, a lot of great confirmation from teammates and coaches, just telling me to keep going and keep stacking them, and just to keep doing what I'm doing. So that gives me a lot of confidence in myself to even work even harder than I am, and I'm just gonna keep going.
I think some people would look at your story and wonder about the level of competition in college. Was there ever a part of you that wondered that entering the NFL?
Not really. You put the work in, it's going to show. So I always had confidence in myself because the work was put in, and that's what you go out with.
Have there been moments during training camp where you realized that you really did belong at this level?
Yeah, I always knew I belonged. Even when I was in college, I had a pretty good breakout year in 2022. And once I was, having different meetings with coaches, I was like, okay, this can probably be something. And I just stayed faithful, and stayed working. And we're here.
Did
we got an
you ever
opportunity.
think about leaving?
My school?
Transferring?
After that year, I prayed about it, and I had a lot of confidence in just staying where I was at. So that's what I did.
Building off the previous question, have you had a wake-up call yet? Welcome to the NFL.
Most definitely, I had a wake-up call. It was actually earlier in OTAs. My first time going with the ones, going with Jalen Hurts, and he was calling the play, and I was like right next to him. He called the play, and I'm looking at him. And I'm like, I'm next to Jalen Hurts right now. Like, this is crazy. He called the play. We broke the huddle. Didn't know what I was doing at all. And I'm like, oh snap! Eventually, I ran the right route and everything like that. But that was definitely a welcome to the league.
Did the ball come to you on that route?
It didn't come to me actually.
So you just guessed right.
So I heard the end of it, but like in the middle of it, I lined up in the wrong formation. They was like, come back, you don't supposed to be out there. I was like, oh snap! So then I was like, okay, I know what I got.
What do you feel like you showed tonight with your performance?
Just consistency. The ball comes my way, I catch it. I think I had a drop today, but I had to learn in my career not to let drops get to you mentally. You gotta just keep playing, and even when you have a game like I had today, you gotta keep stacking days. Never get too high. Stay neutral throughout the whole process.
And you and your fellow receivers, had pretty good performances tonight, but you're all competing for the same spot basically. How do you feel like that competition helps you and your team?
Oh yeah, it's great competition. We fight, together, and we just want to be the best person, on and off the field, and just building a relationship with these guys on and off the field, and it helps you become a better player.
What kind of reaction did you get from AJ tonight?
AJ was real cool. He was just telling me good job, and he got a little reaction on the sideline after I caught the slam, whipped it back out, and he was like, keep going.
The move where
Yeah. So
do you do that? Did you do? I mean, is that a thing? Something you did a lot in college?
I've did it a couple of times in college, but I'm taught to if the quarterback throws me backwards, then should whip it out the other way. So that's what I did.
Okay. And so you average 19.4 yards per catch. So like, how did most of it? Like, are you catching deep balls, or there's a lot of yards after the catch?
Yeah, I would say my senior year I had way more yards after the catch, but most of them were go balls, deep balls down the field. Yeah. Yes, sir.
What did it feel like getting in the end zone?
It was a blessing, man. A feeling like I never felt before. Just a blessing to be here, and I would never forget it. Actually, I gotta find the ball. I didn't keep the ball, so I hope we can find the ball.
What was the moment like leading up to the game? Were there extra nerves, anything like that?
I had a lot of confidence in us as a unit. We're very detailed in what we do in practice. So I had a lot of confidence in going in the game. Really didn't have too much nerves, to be honest. You get a little butterflies. It's your first NFL game, but not too much.
Can you describe the play where Jamar Chase scored the touchdown and
makes a good play, quick game, man. Overrun the tackle. And a good player makes a good play. So yeah, just gotta come out there and just approach a little bit better. That's it.
Was there help inside, or was that just Bengals?
No, it was zero. So no, sir. But man, ultimately, I just had to come out there and make a better play. That's really it.
Do you think this was like a good test for you going against Burrow, Chase, their first team offense, and what do you think you kind of learned from it?
Oh, for sure. I was going to say before, man, just going out there, trusting your technique, playing with ultimate confidence, and just making the plays that come to you, and in a couple of those situations, I didn't do that. So
when you heard those guys were playing, were you kind of excited to get that chance?
Oh, for sure. Man, just go out there, play with your technique, man, just trusting yourself, believing what you see, and just playing with the ultimate swagger, and today, man, I had to say we could play a little bit later for sure.
When you saw the organization make a trade to get another corner,
say it again.
When you saw the organization make another trade, get a corner, what went through your mind?
That didn't necessarily have anything to do with me. Personally, just mentally, the best thing I can do for myself is just come out here and just play the best version of myself and play good football each and every single day. Trust my teammates. A great addition to the room. Can also help us make us better and just compete more. So yeah.
What's the biggest thing you learned going against Burrow tonight?
Excuse me?
What's the biggest thing you learned going against Burrow tonight now that you've seen him?
He's a great quarterback. Overall, yeah. He's one of the best at his job. I don't think that's a secret for anybody else. So yeah.
Did you know Jacorian at all coming out the draft? You guys went in the same draft, I guess.
Yeah. We talked a good amount of times actually. Yeah. Of us coming out the same draft at the combine, things like that. We have the same dream. We just want to come out here and just be for good football players. And things like that. So yeah.
In general, how do you think the summer has gone for you so far?
Pretty well. A lot of room to grow for sure, of course. But man, just always just look over something that you could better yourself in, and just continue to become the best version of myself, and that's what I'm looking to do.
There was a moment there towards the end of the game where Christian Parker's called you and Adoree over and talked for a few minutes. What was that moment?
Oh man, just knowing he believes in us as his coach, as he should, and just continue to put good things out there for ourselves, because the things that we put out there is a resume for ourselves, and he just wants us to continue to build that for us. So
yeah. We had a Swiss game on, and I thankfully got to be the guy selling the pick game. Gabe had an awesome pick on the center, allowing me to wrap him, and then Ooch had a great level rush to allow the quarterback to step up right into me. So I'm the lucky one that gets to get the sack, but that sack was earned by everybody.
When you're looping like that and you see you have a chance at the quarterback, what kind of flashes through your mind?
Get there quick, because they're going to try and get the ball out or try to scramble. So as soon as I saw it, I just made sure to do a beeline. They kind of told us all the rules with the quarterbacks and kind of roughing the passer and all that. So I also made sure I didn't want to ruin it by either landing on him or doing something crazy. So no, but it was exciting though.
You finished strong at the quarterback though. What's the teaching point for you to finish but not get a penalty?
It just comes down to understanding kind of what position you're in and kind of how to avoid those things. Obviously football is a violent sport, and sometimes it's hard to avoid going 100 miles an hour and things happen. But I think just being able to stay under control and doing that part and making sure you don't get a penalty.
There was another play where it looked like you recognized a screen was coming. What's the recognition like for a defensive lineman when you're like, wait a second, this doesn't feel right, I got to peel off?
Right. I mean, for one, you're not as good as you think you are. That's kind of like a D-line mantra for ages. So to me, I felt like, you know, I got back really quick, and then I also saw the running back flare out. So, and I saw the quarterback looking at the running back, so I assumed he was going to try and dump it off to him. You know, all the guys gave me crap for letting up a second sack, but I was like, fellas, listen. There ain't no way I beat him that well, and then it's not a screen, right? And then the one time it's not a screen. So, but the next time they try to run a screen, I got it right. So we're 1 for 2 there.
What were the emotions like going into this game?
You know, I just taking it, you know, the gratitude and the blessings, and, you know, just kind of understanding that it was a lot of people that helped me get here, and, you know, just kind of soaking in the atmosphere and the fans and the stadium. Like, that was really awesome during the national anthem, and I mean the fireworks and the first kickoff, to be able to be a part of that, and then, you know, to go out there and represent Philly and, you know, do it well.
Did you feel like the things that you had worked on in camp so far, did they carry over to the game?
Most definitely, yeah. I mean, there's obviously, I'm still going to have to get better at a lot of things, technique-wise, you know. The competition here is, you know, elite. It's the next level. Like, that's, you know, probably the best, you know, besides going against our guys in practice, you know, going against an opponent like that, kind of getting a real taste of what a game is like and kind of the game speed. So just being able to move on and move forward for the next one, and you know, kind of use that information.
Is it nice to flash that ability? I know you've done it before, but
yeah. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been able to, you know, make plays like that, and, you know, it felt good. So.
Sorry, are you accustomed to lining up like closer, like, you know, a reduced split like that, and running slot fades?
Yeah, I mean, I did it in college. Did a little bit for us last year. You know, it's what I try to do, just be able to play in, you know, all positions.
How much does a game like this kind of help your confidence, especially, you know, after
you know, just getting that experience under your belt, getting those real life plays, and, you know, the real contact and everything. It's great.
Your role typically, when you are playing, is blocking guy a lot of times. You know, how much do you relish the opportunities to see the ball come your way versus what potentially may happen during the regular season with AJ and Devontae out there?
I mean, shoot, I just try to take, you know, advantage of every opportunity I get. You know, just, you want to win games, you want to do the best every play you can. So if I got to block, you know, I'm a block. Whatever it is, you know, I'm trying to do my job. So.
What do you think about this kid here?
Coop?
Yeah, I mean,
dude, super talented, super humble. He's gonna make a lot of plays. You know, I think, you know, he just keeps doing what he's doing. You know, he could last a long time in the league as well. So, yeah.
What's it like to see a bunch of you guys make plays tonight?
It's exciting, man. You know, it's just exciting to see the, you know, the leadership and the depth that, you know, we have on the team. You know, guys stepping up different positions. Guys, you know, don't get a lot of reps. They get in the game and they make the most of their opportunities. So, just seeing that from the younger guys too, you know, it's awesome.
John, is it a challenge when you do have to play in the slot? It's typically a shorter or a shiftier kind of guy's position.
I wouldn't say, I mean, it's a challenge. I mean, I work on it. So I practice it, you know, just try to be able to play inside, outside, wherever, you know, they line me up at. So, no, not really.
Have you worked on it more since you came here than at Florida State? I feel like you were mostly inside at Florida State, right?
Yeah, I mean, at Florida State, I played on the outside a lot, but, you know, when I got here, it was just being able to play multiple positions and, you know, be available. You know, I wanted to work on a lot more of that too, so, yeah.
All the time with Tanner, I mean, how much does that pay off in a game of trust?
Definitely, you know, just pays huge dividends, and, you know, just putting in that work, you know, during practice, after practice, it shows out there in the games. You know, you're a lot more comfortable, a lot more confident. You know where he's going to place the ball. You know when to expect the ball. It just comes from that work and that repetition.
Tanner said the good ball, he threw it was a little under through. Did you think that, and how was your adjustment?
I didn't even think of that. You know, see ball, get ball. I don't never put anything on my quarterback. If, you know, ball's in the air, you know, it's on me. I want to go get it, and, you know, if the play's not made, it's on me. So.